have you seen open source intelligence really evolve over those years of your experience?
My first exposure to it was when I was at the Fusion Center in California. We did a lot of trainings. It was in entry-level positions, taking all the different trainings, getting the exposures to all the different types of work that you would do as an analyst.
Have you started OSINT investigation in your past, working at the Real-Time Crime Center?
A lot of ours were just names, whether it was from a confidential informant saying, I know somebody by this name. A lot of times it wasn't even their real name. It was a street name. So we'd have to try and go and look on friends lists or connections or, groups of individuals on different social media that might be going by that street name. And then try and identify or de-anonymize the account to figure out who that is. You could run that with OSINT, but you could also run it with other platforms such as like a PLX or something like that, where you're kind of checking all of your different data sets to try and help you kind of merge all of that information to get the big picture of who the phone number belongs to, maybe where it's been used, who else is connected to.
Talk to me a little bit about real-time open source awareness.
I think one of the primary roles nowadays, I think, from analysts, you have that supervisor walk into the office and they just go, tell me everything. What do you know? We have this threat, start digging. Find out all the information, who's involved, how many, what do we need to do, what resources need to be allocated to this event or situation that's going on. It's ever evolving, sources are changing, the way that people communicate online is constantly changing, and having a system like a Tangles platform helps you keep on top of those things. Sometimes you might not even know that a source is emerging as a new source that individuals might be using. And a lot of times our product is so good at researching, developing that it's already there in place once it becomes something that you need to have. There's just too much nowadays. You have to have a tool, whether it is something free or if it is the Penlink product that helps you get through all of that. It's a necessity that you have some type of OSINT tool to help you get through all of that data.
I know an important part in the Real-Time Crime Center and over the years has been you helping out with cold cases. Are you able to uncover any good intel from using open source intelligence, or is a lot of that just gone over time?
Cold cases could be a great case example to use with a product like the Penlink Tangles platform. I had one client who, when they came to us and they were going through their trials of all the different OSINT platforms, they were using cold cases. They started trialing our platform and they specifically took all of their cold case work and they started getting hits right away. A lot of it was the reverse face searching, so finding leads that quickly took them from nothing in a cold case to having that one piece of information that can take them to the next step to actually potentially solving the case. It wouldn't have been found out any other way just because they didn't have the means to connect the face to the phone number.
With the use of Gen AI with co-analyst, will it be much easier for individuals to start one of these investigations?
Co-analyst is our new generative AI platforms, one of our more cool, innovative features that we have. And it's really beneficial specifically for those end users that aren't familiar with our product, or someone who, and a lot of analysts don't have the time to focus and dedicate a large amount of time to learning a platform and a system. So you get so many different systems probably thrown at you, whether it be an OSINT platform or it be call data. Co-analyst gives you the ability to basically have a support person sitting next to you telling you, okay, you can do this and you can do that. You're using your own language and your own questions to ask it, and it helps guide you through the different prompts that you need to do, buttons to press, how to analyze something, get the information that they need quickly, and taking out a little bit more of those kind of beginner user hiccups that you kind of go through with a platform.
Can you talk about how Gen AI can help folks in today's world?
Probably any analyst you could ask as the biggest pain point, because you spent so much time and energy finding the information, collecting all of it, and then you get to the point where you're like, okay, I'm good to go. I just need a handoff. I need to disseminate this information, and you have to stop, and you have to, after having, maybe a whole day's worth of your brain being fried, looking for all that information, now you have to write. which takes up a whole other level of energy and creativity to sit down and write out your thoughts, make it sound cohesive, make sure that you're getting the right points across, make sure you're not putting in too much information that's going to overwhelm the end user, and really writing something for the person that's going to be reading it to be able to take away actionable intelligence, being able to take what you're giving them and turn it into action. Summarize the data, at least like maybe outline points, and it just kind of gets you over that first hurdle of just like getting started. So it's like a workout. Like the hardest part is like getting to the gym. Once you're there, it's easy. So just kind of like getting started and getting into that reporting and the summary of all the information is really helpful.